Chelsea Clinton just brought Trump's new racist and inhumane attack to America's attention. Last week, Donald Trump and Jeff Sessions took their racist immigration reform to a cruel new low when they announced they would be separating children from their parents caught crossing the border with documentation. Today, the Trump administration managed to delve to deeper depths of depravity as they revealed those scared children will be warehoused on military bases. Chelsea Clinton tweeted a Washington Post article to her followers, noting the utter inhumanity of the decision, cruelty beyond any decent comprehension, she writes incredulously. Clinton's critique comes in the wake of an email notification Pentagon staffers received Tuesday morning. Apparently, the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, will be location scouting at 4 military installments in Arkansas and Texas to assess their suitability to shelter children savagely torn from their parents. Once the location or locations are chosen, the base or bases would house minors under 18 who enter the country alone or who are separated from parents at the border. HHS would normally be the agency responsible for putting minors into foster care. But apparently they're just glorified child hunters, throwing kids in cages on the orders of a deeply corrupt, xenophobic regime. The site visits are technically an extension of the HHS's ability to hold 10,571 children, as current facilities are at 91% capacity. Trump's decision to pull kids from their parents at the border is going to, as usual, create a crisis from absolutely nothing and for no real reason, which will just end up wasting tax dollars to clean up. This news also comes the same week that Oklahoma decided to allow adoption and foster agencies to discriminate against LGBTQ couples based on religion. Remember that the next time the religious right rages on against abortion, it's never been about protecting kids. Also, it seems this decision is another whim of a reactionary president. Since Trump took office, he tends to focus intensely on any positive gains made by the American government and take credit for it whether he had any influence or not. One figure for which he was actually responsible was a decline in illegal border crossings since he got a solid chunk of the country screaming about a wall. Recently, though, border crossings have increased, and Trump is incredibly displeased with the change. Reports from within the White House indicate Trump is exacting his rage on Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, blaming her for tarnishing his record. He has ordered her to close the border and cut off the migration flows, which typically increase in spring with seasonal demand for rural labor. Reports also indicate Nielsen considered resigning after the tirades really amped up. The locations up for consideration: Texas's Fort Bliss, Goodfellow Air Force Base and Dyess Air Force Base, and the Little Rock Air Force Base in Arkansas, may or may not be assigned troops to oversee the sheltered children. A Pentagon spokesman, Lieutenant Colonel Jamie Davis, said the Defense Department has not yet received a formal request from HHS. When the military has loaned space at its facilities in the past, HHS has reimbursed the Defense Department and the military has had little to do with the operation. There is no reason for this decision other than to satiate a racist tyrant. Let's hope Chelsea Clinton uses her massive influence to do something more about this than tweet.